Now to a mysterious missing case. It's been 6 months since Adriana Rodriguez vanished without a trace. The family of the Southern California mom says the last time they spoke to her was April. She asked for directions at the time to a restaurant and said she would find a ride with someone else. When they hadn't heard from her, her mom stopped by her house and found all of her belongings were still there. Now they're calling on law enforcement to do everything they can to find her. Joining me now, retired LAPD detective and chief investigator of the Dordulian Law Group, Moses Castillo. Moses, welcome as always. I know you're involved with this case and you're in touch with the family. Tell me if there are any new leads in Adriana's disappearance.
Well, I could tell you that, first of all, thank you for bringing attention to this case and appreciate your help. The family really appreciates it. But I can tell you since the press conference, the mother has noticed more movement with the local law enforcement agency, and there have been some tips that were being sent to her directly. And there is a person of interest that's popped up. I know the name of that individual. I have a picture of that individual. And when the time comes, we will go public with that. So I'm asking that individual, before we put you on blast, do the right thing, allow her to come home or send her to the local hospital, and we'll take it from there.
So that leads me to believe you believe that she is alive. Do you suspect foul play? And what else can you share with me about the case and the investigation?
Well, I can tell you that the LA County Sheriff's Department Homicide Bureau has the investigation, but not because they believe there's any foul play at this time. As a matter of fact, early on in her disappearance, the detectives would tell the mom that Adriana has the right to go missing if she wants to go missing. That's her right. But as a mom, she knows her daughter, and she knows that this was not a voluntary disappearance because she was in the middle of doing laundry. She left some clothes still pending folding, and she left all her belongings except for her cell phone. And so her mom is very worried.
Right. It's like she left right in the middle of a chore. Does the mother, and do you believe that right now Adriana is in danger?
Yes, that is her concern. And her mom started crying just earlier this morning. She's fearing for the worst, but praying for, her safe return. What
else stands out to you, Moses, about this case and the circumstances around the time of her disappearance?
Well, the fact that she has no prior history of any mental health issues, she has no history of depression or anything like that. She lived alone. She has 2 adult children who she communicates with, almost on a weekly basis, and her mom on a daily basis. So this really strikes me, and so I'm very concerned. And hopefully, this outlet can get the message out.
Well, and let's hope that the person of interest in this case, if they're watching, turns themselves in and Adriana comes home safely. One of the concerns from families in these missing cases is always that police aren't doing enough. They have now reinforced their hope and plea to local police to do more. How much coordination do you have with local law enforcement, and what else are they sharing publicly?
Well, they are assuring me and the family that they're doing everything they can, and that they have been doing everything they can to find her. But I got to tell you, I think I'm going to recommend people to create their own video short message indicating that, hey, if I ever go missing, it's never going to be a voluntary missing because I'm never going to do that. So hopefully that will encourage police officers, if they do come across that situation, that they now know, okay, we're not going to treat this as a voluntary disappearance, but let's go through the numbers and let's check our boxes and cross every T and dot every I, and let's find you.
Right. Well, because oftentimes it's the family and friends closest to the person who say, even without a video message, like, I know this person, they would not leave under any circumstance, certainly in this case, a mother. Moses, I know you're on the case. We will stay in touch. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.